If instead of the desired graph being a histogram, it's a line graph that you would want, I'm going to go to the Y editor and scroll up to plot 1 and push enter to turn off the stat plot that had the histogram. So now when I graph, it's just a blank graph. I'm going to push second Y equals to get into my stat plot editor and go down to plot 2. In plot 2, I'm going to turn on, and I'm going to go down to the type, which is connected line graph. And the data has, for a connected line graph, has to have all the X values for the points that are being connected in a list and all the Y values in another list. Those lists are list 3 and list 4. If you remember, when computing a line graph, you use the midpoints for the X values and the frequency for the Y values. So I've gone ahead and used the frequency distribution that we created for this data on the last 5 presidents' ages when they took office, including President Biden. So this in list 3 are the midpoints for the lower 40s all the way to the lower 70s with the relevant frequencies that we saw. So when that stat plot is on and I push graph, you'll see the line graph for that data. And if you push trace and use the right cursor, you can go through and see the 2 people that were in the lower 40s that are represented by the class midpoint of 42, the 4 that were in the upper 40s at a midpoint of 47. If you want to see the bar graphs and the line graphs simultaneously, I would just go back and turn on the stat plot 1 that I talked about in my other video, which will turn on the stat plot on the data list 1 with the histogram. Now you'll notice that it's superimposing the histogram with the line graph, and all the line graph is literally is just connecting the midpoints of the top line segment on each of those bars. You can trace along, and if you're tracing in plot 1, it will show the classes for each of those bars, the class width and the lower bounds and upper bounds. And if I push the down arrow, now I'm on the graph of plot 2 for the vertices of the line graph using the midpoints in conjunction with the frequencies. That's pretty cool.